Alright, welcome back everyone, this is PapaSean, and we are playing Stellaris. We are going to war, and I'm going to show you how to win the early game. Alright, so first off, they can't have gotten far. Some probes there. We're on normal speed, picking up where we left off, and just a moment ago I had just made my first colony ship. I was going to colonize this planet here, and then we encountered some spacefaring species as we zoom out. This one right here is right next to us, touching us, so we're going to go to war. Yes, you cute little starfish, I'm going to declare war on you, and here is the first introduction to warfare. Okay, you saw how I declared war? It was not that easy, right? It looks easy, I clicked it, but we're not actually at war yet. You're not at war until you make your demands. So that's one of the nice things about Stellaris, is that you don't just declare war and go duke it out. You declare war and say what you want. That way, if they say, oh, you know what, I don't want to be at war with you, I'm going to go ahead and accept your demands and immediately end the war and gain 10 years of peace, at least. But what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, I want your planet, and since you only have one, we will conquer their entire territory unless they colonize additional planets while we're at war. So if somebody goes to war with you, wants all your planets, and you want to survive, better go make additional planets or to defend tooth and nail everything you've got. So some of the options you see here, and you can just drag over and back and forth. You can invite attackers. So I can say, hey, this guy over here, do you want to join in the fight? I'll give you some of the spoils of war. So you click on that invite attackers, and it has nobody available because I don't have anybody that I've got a good relationship with that might want to join me in war. So for here, you can humiliate, and this costs 10 war points, and I'll explain that in just a second. Open borders. If I say, hey, I want to be able to travel through here, I'm going to war with you unless you open your borders. Well, they might just accept that and say, hey, I don't want to fight you, go ahead and travel through my land. Seed planet means you get the planet that's colonized. There's another planet that's habitable here, but it's not colonized. So if I get this planet and it has the other in its space, then I'll be able to colonize that planet as well. I can go to war to liberate the planet. That means this species faction will no longer control this planet. It will be liberated and given to a new Starbright faction. So that new one that gets created will likely be happier with me than the prior one because they've been liberated. I can also choose to vassalize, and then they will not be able to expand any further. They'll pay me some of their their income, and they'll fight on my behalf unless they eventually revolt because they don't like me. So vassaling is a little dangerous for those that you're going to war with to vassalize. You're going to have to hold them down by strength of numbers. There's also make tributary. But what we're looking to do here is go to war and do it without ships. So right now I've got the basic starting fleet with this power of 79. I'm going to go ahead and tell them, hey, I want your planet. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. And that puts us at war. So I told you I was going to tell you about the points. So to go to war with them, it was like 34 points, and I can go ahead and click on the bottom right. This is the conflicts that I have going on, and I go to negotiation. Alright, so here we see the points of 35. At the bottom right, you see that I have 0%. Now this percent will go up as I win battles. It will go down as I lose them. And when it gets above 35%, then they either have to give me what I asked for, or they have to spend influence points in order to keep the war going in the hopes that they can somehow lower my percentage below that 35 mark. So if I wanted to open borders, it would only be a 10. I just have to win some small skirmish, and then they'd say, oh, okay, you can go ahead and travel my territories. Also, if you look at the negotiations, currently they have no demands yet, but they can assign demands. They can say they want to cede my planet or make me their vassal. And you can see the acceptance rate right now. I could probably surrender if I wanted to surrender. If I select this, defenders have not yet set any demands, so I can't surrender until they've made their demands. Once they make their demands, I can give in to their demands and they will go to peace with me. Or if I say, hey, you need to cede your planet, you can see that their acceptance rate is minus 1,000. They're not willing to do that. They haven't set their demands. They need at least 20 war score to, or we need to, will not accept, need at least a 20 war score to make demands. We don't have any war score, so we can't make any demands yet. But that was the request I made from them when I went to war with them. As soon as I get to that 35 marker, then we'll see about them joining up. Well, I have a very small fleet, and I'm not even looking to use it. I went to war with them because what I've done here, as I mentioned earlier, to protect myself from pirates, I've made a trap. So you see that little magnet-looking sign right here? It has an FTL inhibitor. That means they can't go to faster than light, and not only that, it's going to suck in any ships that fly through the star. Anything that comes past the star is going to get trapped. It's going to get sucked right over to this defensive platform and right under the guns, this nifty little spaceport here with 1,000 power. So it's not likely they have very many ships that are going to be able to fight off that spaceport. So I'm looking to trap them here and beat them up as they enter. If they happen to have a stronger fleet than my spaceport, well, then I am out of luck. So this is why this works early game. Alright, so I'm going to up the ante, and I'm going to declare war on this group as well. Why not? So I'm going to seed their planet as well. And then I'll go ahead and hit confirm, and now I'm going to go to 2 factions. So let's unpause it. Something that I might want to do is get rid of this. If they show up here, I'm going to want to click on this, not the construction ship, but the actual mining station, and then I can hit the disband button. That way it destroys it without them being able to destroy it out from under me. So at this point, if I am correct, I just have to wait out, and I can speed it up.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so we encountered an alien vessel. We should be seeing coming into our territory soon, I'm hoping. We'll have... Oh, these guys just responded by
evading
grabbing
hostile
additional land.
fleet.
Alright, we got a hostile fleet here. My engineering ship is moving away. You can see the strength of our enemies is 378. They're sending their Corvette class ships. And this ship might get caught in the attack. Hopefully they can jump out in time.
Station under attack.
Oops. And so what I meant to do here was to disband it, like I talked about. I did not do that, but this will be a good example of what happens when they destroy this little station, which is fighting back, but it's only got a 22 strength, so it's not going to be able to hold off the
construction complete.
So they're going to win the first skirmish, destroying one of my mining stations. Boom. Okay. So they've destroyed that. It's not much enough to even give them a percentile. So no harm done. I got my engineering ship, and it's flying back to base. So now that ship was at Karat. Likely they're going to jump over to Host next, depending on their space travel. Looks like they... trying to see if I can tell what kind of space technology they have. Without seeing their ships, I won't be able to examine that. Alright, so let's speed it up a little bit as we wait for the enemy to hopefully come to us.
Station under attack.
Alright.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Whoa.
Evading hostile
That
fleet.
happened fast.
Construction ship under attack.
Alright, so-
Situation log updated.
I probably should have moved my fleet out of there, because even though they were on passive inside the space station, what happened there is that my minuscule 3 Corvettes actually tried to
Situation log
defend,
updated.
and they got blown up. But, as you can see, the ships get destroyed right here. They have actually lost the fight when they came into the space, into this star system. They got caught like I expected they would by our spaceport, and now you see that we've got a 16% on our score. Not only that, we also have some wreckage here. So let's go ahead and do the research projects. I'm going to send this construction ship away to the empty star system, so it stays safe. And we're going to want to put these guys on evasive. And we do research well, I probably don't want to waste both these guys on that. Let's keep the nice one
Research complete.
over here. Alright. So we got some research complete here. We want to go ahead and select something real quick. We'll just grab some armor as an option. And we'll speed things up again. So now we blew up some ships. We have some wreckage here. And the neat thing about the wreckage is you can send your ships on the move. Subspace anomaly. We must proceed with caution.
Situation log updated. Evading hostile fleet.
Alright. So we've encountered a subspace anomaly here. That's pretty cool. It's a cloud entity. Alright. So we got this ship that's running away back to this planet. And we'll go ahead and do research projects here. So when they have debris, you're able to scan them. As you see this one scanning. And send this ship over to the other one. These wreckages you can scan and actually get bonuses to your tech and learn additional traits and things for your ships. Like you can unlock additional weaponry and whatnot. And then you're learning what your enemies have. So you can steal tech by going to war with them and then salvaging their broken up ships. So another bonus for going to war.
Station under attack.
Okay.
Science ship under attack. Evading hostile fleet.
So I don't even have any warning of them coming. But this ship, another fleet is attacking us here. It's from the same faction as Shining Star Conflict. So these guys in the station, space station, and the defense platform we're moving up on. And you can see that they're making short work of these
Situation log
They've
updated.
activated. We're now at 34%. If you look at the negotiation tab, we only need 35% in order to get a victory from them. Our science ships have all evacuated. And now we can go ahead and do more research within the area. So we're going to do research projects close to home here. This can be a little dangerous if the ship is at 80% health. This is at 80% health. I don't want them to get blown up since I've got some pretty nice scientists there, but I am gathering quite a bit of research by picking up the hulls of the ships. And this is working because I don't have any targets for them to go elsewhere. So if I only do this with planets and having a spaceport and a defensive station that's going to suck them in, that little magnet there, it's got a, if I hover over it, it says has an FTL inhibitor. That means if they're going faster than light past the star or into the star, they get sucked right into that interdictor field, right under the guns of my spaceport. So this does hinder your ability to produce, but what that means is you just focus in on your planetary, your on-planet, on-world resource construction. So you want to focus food and get your minerals and things up. Energy is important if you're going to be looking to expand with additional colonies soon. And as you can see, we've got the next one being born here, getting plus 2.1 per month. I've got another 20 to go. So in about 10 months, I'll have another worker. So let's speed up a little bit more. We're about to
Debris
finish.
analyzed.
Okay, so the debris got analyzed, and our bonuses, we got plus 15 points in physics and plus 5 points in engineering. So that's like getting another 4 months total. And the other one we did was, again, the same 15 points of research and 5 of engineering. And the neat thing is going to be the next time we go to battle them, let's let these guys finish their work here, and then I'm going to want both of them to get out of dodge. So let's tell them to go here next. So as soon as they finish their scanning of the wreckage, we'll get the bonuses and they'll get out of there hopefully before the next wave comes. So I'm going to speed it up. And again, you'll be doing your normal investigating as long as you
analyzed.
don't have any other targets for them. They will come to planets with spaceports.
Station under attack. Evading hostile fleet.
So my science ships are trying to evade. The fleet's getting smaller and smaller. Again, there's a lot of ships there. I said it was smaller, but this is actually 2 fleets attacking me at the same time. So 2. They just happen to both come in at the same time every time they're apart. So hopefully my spaceport can deal with 2 fleets,
Situation
2 species at the same time. So if I click on look away from here
Science
onto this,
under attack.
you can see that my space station is down to 1,000 health. So this is actually not looking too good for me. Not looking too good.
Evading hostile fleet.
Going to war at the same time with 2 species is really
Station under
increasing the
attack.
difficulty for me. Let's see if we can manage to blow up enough of their little ships here to make a difference. We're down to 200 health. It's not looking good. Down to 100. They got me here.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so they've actually destroyed my spaceport. Shame on me for taking a little too much off. But you see how I got 39% with this faction. I could probably sue for peace right now, and it's the one that's not attacking me. Like this one right here, I can negotiate. They want to humiliate me, I can surrender to them right now, and then they will stop attacking me, and I won't stop losing everything. That means I can't be at war with them for another 10 years, and they can't be at war with me, and I'm going to lose 100 of my influence. Alright, so I can let them win, and it's probably a good idea to do that, because I lost my spaceport. I won't be able to keep going at it with them. So let's go ahead and not lose our station either. It's got 1,416 health on the defensive platform. So what we'll do is we'll wait out just a little bit longer, see if we can destroy a few more of their ships. We want to probably pause it again before it gets down to 0. So let's watch this closely. So right now we're still shooting at them, they're shooting at us, damaging their ships.
Science ship under attack.
Oh, they're attacking my science ship now. I can't have that. Can't lose my science ship. So I'm going to go ahead and take the option now by clicking on negotiate. I'm going to surrender. It's 1,000 acceptance, so they're pretty happy there. We will lose 10 happiness, and we would lose 100 influence. So that's going to go away now. And it's the worst possible outcome, but it's better than losing that defensive spot. I also want to go ahead and start rebuilding my spaceport, and it's going to cost me 200. Not a big deal.
Situation log
so
updated.
You see those ships took off, and I can go ahead and repair this guy and repair this guy. So when you click on the ship, there's a little red cross, and that is the repair fleet option. There's also an up arrow. This would be your upgrade option. So we'll go ahead and repair our ships if they're hanging out, and we'll be able to salvage the wreckage of the remaining ships. So we lost one war, but we are likely going to win this one because it's a 35 and we're at a 39. If I can get that spaceport rebuilt before the fleet comes in, we won't have any trouble. And had I not gone to war with both factions at the same exact time, we probably would not have lost our spaceport. We could have gone one after the other to war with these 2 factions and taken them over. So this one right here is the one that we're winning the war at 39%, and this fella here is the one that we lost it. We lost our general. Oh, this is actually saying defeat. We got humiliated. But we did lose our general of our small fleet. If I had sent those ships off to the side, I would have been able to send them back in when I needed to have reinforcements and whatnot. They're pretty easy to take out when you've only got a handful of corvettes. Alright, so now that our science ships are repaired, we can go ahead and right click. have them do... Oh. So they got research already in progress, looks like. On pause. They're healing up right now, so we'll increase the speed.
Science ship under attack.
Whoa.
Station under attack.
That was fast, huh? So they're going to start shooting at the station while my defensive platform shoots at them. So even though this spaceport does not yet have guns yet to fire on them, it is going to be a tank for us. It's going to soak up some of the fire from the enemy. And
Situation log updated.
Alright, so we just won another battle. We're at 41%. Our science ships jumped away and now they're coming back. I want them to go and heal up. So I gotta watch out for this guy here. I can't do anything to him, but he's gonna try to come over here and he's salvaging the wrecks from this area as well. Oh, actually, you know what he's doing? He's coming over here and he's checking out our spaceport. He's trying to steal tech from us. Bugger. But I don't really see. I think because they won the war, maybe they get to research the tech. They can't get repairs yet, which is what I'm trying to do until after they have the spaceport repaired.
Research complete.
Still at war. I'm actually surprised they haven't surrendered yet to us, to our demands. 41%. Probably burning through their influence points. We have some research done, so let's take a look at that. I'll go ahead and get some blue lasers. There, we have 2 months left until this is done. Fast forwarding it to get that spaceport in quicker. Okay, so now that we've got the spaceport, we should see our ships being repaired. They're at 50% now and rising. And
Science ship under attack. Station under attack. Evading hostile fleet.
Our science ships got attacked. They're running away, but now we've got our spaceport. So there's no chance these guys are going to win.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so now we're in the green, 56%. That's awesome. And we got some more wreckage here. And we're able to do the research projects in the system. So they're at minus 46 because of a couple different things. So they have a minus 35 because there's a peace offer going on right now. This being a peace offer, it's offered. Relative Navy strength is minus 7, so my Navy strength is 0, and they've got a stronger Navy than me, and that's why they're less likely to want to accept my terms. The length of the war is minus 30. And then would be annexed, minus 30, because they know that their planet's going away, so they're going to fight a little harder to protect it. And then would likely be purged, because I am a xenophobe, but they're worried that I'm going to purge their populace. And so again, they're fighting even harder not to surrender. We really need to repair this ship here. Let's go ahead and get you repaired. Looks like they're going to carry out their action and then go for 74% of scanning that debris. Now I could be creating more ships here, but if I create ships and they get blown up, then I actually lose score, and I don't want to use resources necessary on these corvettes right now. If I look at the surface, or the spaceport, I can add solar panels, give me more energy.
Debris analyzed.
Just analyze the debris, now they're going to repair. So they're both healing at the same time, so that's nice. If I put it back on fastest, I imagine I'll get jumped yet again. Hopefully for the last time.
Research complete.
Our repair is complete on one of our ships, so we'll send that back over to do more research of the wreckages. Alright, and again, a great way to get tech. Let's do border range plus 20%. This will expand our orange territory even further. The reason I'm not getting much warning is
Construction
because
complete.
I believe these
Debris analyzed.
starfish are using wormholes as well, and that's another benefit of wormhole travel, is that normally you'd go star to star to star if you were
Research
using
complete.
just the faster than light drives.
Debris
And as soon as they enter
analyzed.
your territory, you get a little warning.
Science
enemy
ship
ships
under
found.
attack. Station under attack. Evading
Instead, they're
hostile
jumping
fleet.
from outside right into your territory, and then we're getting
Situation log
interdictor,
updated.
and then, you know, the crap. So now we got a 65% win rate. So you see how we just built the station, and we're getting all this tech coming right to our base where we can relatively safely research it. So again, all right, I was going to go ahead and research additional wreckages here, get more tech upgrades. But the super shining star overlords of the not so shiny slaves has come to terms with their loss, and they're offering me the best outcome. They state that we admit defeat, but do not think this is anything more than a temporary setback for the Legion Shining Star conflict. So they're saying it's not over yet, but we're going to give you what you want. Well, it is over, because what I want is your entire empire. So we see their planet, and you see how it went from their color to my color. So it's now orange. They had additional territory here that was lost. They had what was likely a frontier outpost located here in order to grab land, and I could have gone in and destroyed it, but there's no need. I didn't have a fleet either. So now we have their capital as one of our planets, and now we went from 1 to 2 on our planets. One of the first things I'm going to want to do here is take one of these construction ships and build a wormhole generator. This will allow me to reach them, because currently I can't get from my star to their star. But I do have their planet, and I do have all the structures that they had built in it, and I even have a spaceport here, so I can add another trap on this planet for the next place I go to war with. And I have all these very, very unhappy starfish. Their happiness is a 10%. That's, you know, that's horrible. But what I can do is enslave them. Right now I don't have that option. Our current stance on slavery prohibits us from enslaving this population. Well, let's change that, and this is how you do it. You click on the More tab. You go down to the Policies and Edicts. It's also the F8 key. Policies and Edicts will allow you to change how you feel on war philosophy, slavery, purging, etc. So it's pretty cool. You can modify what's allowed and what's not. So right now it's prohibited for slavery, but the options I've got are regulated xenos, and this will allow the enslavement of species other than our own within our empire under relatively fair working conditions. The slave mineral output will be minus 10%, and the slave food output will be minus 10%. But we will be able to enslave them. They will work regardless of their happiness. Then there's xenos only. This allows the enslavement of species other than our own within our empire, and you can enslave pops from other species. Okay. The other options you have are regulated, allowing you to regulate enslaving all species, including your own, and then allowed, which is not regulated. It's just an outright enslavement of all species, including your own. So the differences between allowed and regulated is that you have some nice working conditions for them, so the mineral output and food output will be reduced by 10%. Same thing that we saw when we had regulated xenos and xenos only. And the difference between xenos only and allowed is that xenos only, xenos being different, right? So anybody different from your own species, you can enslave, and that's what we're going to want to go with. We don't want to worry about regulated. If it was going to upset anybody, it would state here however many population would be upset by changing this policy. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Do you wish to change slavery to xenos only within our empire? We will not be able to change it again for 10 years. So we're going to say yes. Alright, so now we go back to that same planet. You get a gold star, that's what it's called. I'm going to select one of these tiles and I can enslave. My options are to enslave this starfish, or I can enslave all starfish on the planet. So I just enslaved them all. Don't worry, if you feel bad, you can always go back and emancipate the population, freeing them. They will be set free, but their slave will not be forgotten. They'll not be happy for quite some time. If I go to policies and edicts, that's where I found the option to enslave them. You'll see that I can no longer change that, xenos only. And slavery procreation, I can change this to either allowed or not allowed. Slaves are allowed to procreate. Pops grown from the slaves are automatically enslaved. Alright, so because I have xenos only, I don't know, I don't see, it's not allowing one option or another, and it looks like if you don't allow them, it's going to actually make 13 population upset that the slaves don't get to have babies. So we're going to go ahead and leave all that alone, but I wanted to show you that this is actually red now, indicating it can't be changed. So perhaps in 10 years we can go back and decide on slavery procreation. But when you do encounter another species, especially when you enslave them, you want to make sure that there aren't any rebellions. And in order to do that, we can click on Factions, which is the F7 key, or you can go to this More tab, which is easy to find all the goodies. Click on Factions, and now we're going to want to suppress the starfish. And this one wants regulated slavery. So we're going to go ahead and suppress them as well. And it's going to cost us influence. So as we hover over, we see that it's going to cost 0.2 per month of our influence gains to suppress the starfish. It's going to cost us 0.72 to suppress our own populace that want regulated slavery instead. So we're going to go ahead and suppress those guys. It's going to reduce our income. And now we're looking at just 1.08 per month, but that'll do. It's much more valuable to be using that influence to suppress these guys. Otherwise, they will grow out of control and they will start burning down your structures. They will get pretty crazy if you don't suppress them and keep them from rebelling on you. So now that was a quick way to gain this planet. Now I can safely go and colonize additional planets. So I'll go ahead and select the spaceport, get a colony ship, and then I can go around colonizing all these different planets within the territory as long as it's not in the blue region. And there you have it. This is how you fight the early battles. Now, had I not gotten carried away and only declared war on one faction, and then after that one was done, declared war on the second faction, I'd likely have two right now, and instead I'm going to have to wait out the 10 years and hope they don't get too strong. In the meantime, I can go also ahead and start building up our corvettes, build up a fleet, keep them off-world. You don't want them in the battle necessarily unless you have to in order to swing the tides. Likely going to lose ships if they go to battle. But if you just hold them in reserve, that acts as a it acts as a means of inspiring them to want to surrender, knowing that you still haven't even used your fleet. It's just an extra bonus, as you saw when we had the options up. They had a stronger fleet than us, and so they were less likely to surrender. But if they knew that I had a massive fleet that I hadn't even brought to bear on them, and I'm kicking the crap out of them every time they come into my planets, then they're not going to want to surrender. So next steps are going to be bolstering the defenses before I do anything else. This guy's got a spaceport, but I also need to get over there and make another interdictor outpost, a military base right there on that same planet. And then as I colonize planets, I'm going to want to do the same thing. Make sure each of them has a spaceport. Make sure each of them has a military station to defend it. Well, hope this has been helpful as you start out and do your early battles to gain land. And it is important to go to war with a lot of these factions before they get strong and start colonizing all the planets that you've had your eye on. Just think, the bigger they get, the bigger their fleets are going to get, the harder it's going to be for you to defeat them. And this little trick early on will not work as well when the fleets get too strong. You saw how 2 fleets were able to bring down my spaceport. Yeah, you don't want that. So hopefully this will help you, and I have all the confidence in the world that you'll be able to use the same trick to assist in your empire growing. Good luck and enjoy Stellaris.